Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you. For this DIY, I'm using one of the giant Easter eggs from the Dollar Tree. Plus, this is $5, so it's a really big Easter egg. So big, it was kind of hard to show on my workstation actually crafting it. I'm going to use the top of it to make a giant bee skep or beehive. I have made like a lot of smaller versions of this, but I have never made a large one. And I've seen some in some really nice home decor. They have some really big ones that you can even hang from the ceiling if you want for your project. I'm going to make one that goes on my counter. So I think it's going to be really cute, but it's going to require a lot of rope and a lot of hot glue. As you can see, I'm using the thicker rope. This is the 8-foot rope from Dollar Tree. And I had 6 packages of it there. It's not enough, spoiler. I'll kind of show you how much I end up using, but it was close. I'm thinking probably 8 packages would be enough. And I just start in the middle, hot gluing that on and spiraling it. It is a blue color, so I do want to try to squeeze the rope together a little bit as I'm hot gluing it to the egg to make sure that I don't have any gaps. I don't want you to be able to see any of that blue color through. And you can see about how far one package made it. It is a huge egg, so it's going to make just a giant bee skep. I absolutely love how it turned out though. It was so much fun. This did take me a while. I'm trying to think. I think it took me about an hour and a half to make this, but thanks to the power of editing, it's only going to take us a few minutes. So 2 packages, you still feel like you're not getting super far with this. It is a little bit easier using the thicker rope though, but it is of course shorter. So lots of starting and stopping. And I just try to make sure that I hot glue my ends together, make sure they're not frayed at all. And I am removing the tape from, of course, both ends of the rope when I go to begin gluing this on. And the reason why I'm hot gluing it everywhere, even when I'm wrapping it, is because I want to keep it in place again and I don't want to see the blue through the different cracks. I also want this to be really heavy duty and to hold up where I could display this outside if I wanted to, like on a table on my porch. Or I think I might actually just use mine in my entryway. It is so cute. We're going to decorate it too, kind of decorate it like you would a wreath because it's like such a big display piece. But for now, I'm still wrapping it in rope. This is how far I have. When they say a giant egg, they mean it. Now you could do this on a smaller scale. I'm sure that they have a little bit smaller versions of these eggs for $1.25. I'm not sure if they have like a $3 version of this one. But I'm going to save the bottom of the egg to use for something else. It's a nice bowl shape, so I think that will be good for crafting something else. But this definitely provided me a very firm base and the perfect shape. I know that you could use like a flower pot for this, but I think that that egg shape just gives you the perfect bee skep. Now, as you can see, I am on my last package of rope. I'm going to have to order another case of this one. I just ordered a case of the thinner brown rope from Dollar Tree to free ship to my store. They do have both kinds in stock for that. And you can get that. I do have a Dollar Tree link in the description of my video as well. It's a great way to make sure that you have enough of the same kind of rope in stock, especially if you're going to do a larger project. So I counted my package. It was 6 packages and I still have some room to go. Luckily, I had lots of scrap pieces of the same size, but again, they're random and they're shorter, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm estimating probably about 8 packages. I would have counted all of them if I would have had enough to start and stop, but definitely gonna have to restock the rope. I love using rope for Dollar Tree crafting, but especially for bee DIYs, it can be so much fun. And as you can see, we are getting closer. So I'm just going to finish wrapping this with rope, going all the way to the bottom, and then maybe 1 row around. Make sure that I cover all the plastic, but I want it to be nice and sturdy, so I don't want a lot of freestanding rope there at the bottom of this bee skep. Now, at the end, I try to cut it a little bit at an angle to make it completely blend in. But I think it turned out really cute. It was a really fun project. And when I thought I was making a really big, giant bee skip, I don't know if I realized exactly how big it would be. It is really large, but I love it. It's going to be a great piece that will fill up a table or countertop. And again, if you wanted to do the bottom on yours, you could add a plate or something flat on the bottom, some cardboard cut out, and keep going around and cover the back. And that way you could hang it up on your porch or something like that if you wanted to. Those are my inspiration pieces. That's how they were. But the first thing I do is just go all over with my lighter, burning off the fuzzies. It was a really big project, so I had a lot of rope. And just make sure that I kind of fill in any of the gaps with a little bit of hot glue to make sure they're laying flat. And you can cut off some of the excess stringing on it as well. Then to decorate it, I'm going to use some of the thinner brown rope here to do a little circle on the front to go around the opening to the bee skep. It's going to add a little bit more texture. And I think it's the right scale for the little toy bees from the Dollar Tree, which we're going to use to decorate this. And then I used some of the wider rope that I used for the bee skep itself. And I just cut out a handle here for the top. Since mine's going to be a desktop, it doesn't have to be super strong. I'm just going to attach mine after the fact. I just glue the ends together to make sure they don't fray and loop it like this, and then I'm going to attach it with hot glue. Now, if you were going to hang yours, I would maybe start at the bottom, work my rope all the way up to the top, and when you got to the top, I would go ahead and make the loop with the same piece that's attached to the rest of the rope. That's attached to the egg, if that makes sense, to make it a little bit stronger. I also cut a small piece of that thinner rope to go around just to have a little bit more rope to glue that to reinforce it, to make it a little bit stronger there at the top. And I think that looks pretty good. Now for this part, I just need a little circle here. I'm going to kind of map out where I want it to be and how big it needs to be with a black paint pen here by just kind of holding the rope on there and then sketching out a rough circle. It doesn't have to be perfect at all because you're going to have that rope go around and border it. And I like to actually use a brush and some black paint when I am working with a project like this where I really need to get into the fibers of that rope. And I just paint that on there, and it's going to give me really good coverage too for the opening of the bee skep. I think that looks pretty good. I give it a quick dry so it doesn't get on the rope that we're about to attach to it. And then I just add it here. I'm going to work my way around starting at the bottom and just make a little circle here to border it. I think it's just going to make it look a little bit cuter, add another texture to the front of this. And we're going to decorate this with greenery, bows, bees. I love how this turned out. For the bees, I'm using 2 of the Dollar Tree bees. These are so cute. They have a great texture. They're just very yellow. So I always like to paint mine if I'm going to use mine for home decor. The wings are perfect, so I just go ahead and pop those off. And I like the yellow and the black stripes on there, so I'm going to save that just by using some painter's tape and taping off that part of the bee. And then I'm going to paint the rest of it black. I just think they look better like that. And they're not necessarily black on their top body, but definitely their legs are, usually their head. So I think that works pretty well. You can use black spray paint for this. I'm just using some black acrylic paint because I thought it would dry a little bit faster. And once I had them taped off, I'm just painting the underside first. And they have like a great texture on them. They can be really great for decor, and you really can't tell that they are actually Dollar Tree toys. I always check the toy aisle when I'm looking for something whimsical and fun like this, and the bees are definitely my favorite find. And I'm going to use 2 just because it's such a big bee skep. So that looks pretty good. I painted the undersides, only need 1 coat, and then I'm going to do the same thing here on the top, kind of making sure I get into the little holes for the wings as well. So you won't see any gold coming through. And my painter's tape covers the yellow and black stripes. For some reason, they only paint those on the back. And so I will touch that up a little bit too after I make these little guys black. So they are dry enough. I can go ahead and take off the painter's tape here. As you can see, they do look a lot different when you paint them like this. I really like the look of it. I'm just gonna use my black paint pen, touch up some of the stripes, touch up here where I kind of start and stop the black. And then I can flip them over and continue that stripe on just because I think it looks kind of weird that it stops there on the sides and it's like kind of a little bit visible. And I just go all the way down with that, trying to kind of bend the legs out, connect them on the side. Pretty easy to do. And we have some really cute bees that we can use for crafting. I think these are going to be the perfect scale since the bee skep is so big and they are pretty large themselves. I just pop the little wings back on. Takes a little bit of pressure to get them back in there. They just kind of rely on pressure, so you don't really have to glue them on or anything like that. So I just add both of those and then we can continue decorating this giant bee skep. I think they look pretty good. I found some great black and yellow striped wired ribbon from the Dollar Tree that I think will be really cute to display on this. Because it's wired, I can do a big bow on top. But first I want to add some flowers and some greenery. I think these yellow flowers will be perfect. And I'm going to use a little bit of this. Is it maybe eucalyptus? I think it's eucalyptus. It just says greenery on there. And it's a bright green color. I think it'll be perfect for spring. I have like a partial piece that had 4 little branches on there, and they are wired, so I did kind of wire my first 2 together. It was a little difficult to do that. I wanted to attach it and I wanted it to be sturdy. I didn't want to just use hot glue for the greenery. So I have some wire. This is the wire from the hardware section at the Dollar Tree. It can be any kind of wire you have. This is nice and thin, so I thought this would work well. And I'm working at an angle a little bit, having the greenery kind of go from one side to the other. And I just wire those 4 pieces on here, just making sure I get them included. And having that handle there was a great thing to be able to wire around to make this nice and strong for a base for the greenery. And I just wrap that all the way around just like that. I also want to add a little bit of this like fern greenery that I got at the Dollar Tree just for a little bit of variety. So I cut off a couple pieces of that, leaving them pretty much intact. And I want to attach those two. So I kind of work those in the wire that we already have on there. And it's tight enough to keep those in place. And see where it's a little bit at an angle, it's going a little bit more to the back there on the one side. Now I don't want you to see all of that wire that I added, so I do tie off some twine here. And I'm just gonna wrap it with some Dollar Tree twine, just in case you can see any of that behind the flowers and everything we're gonna add to this. I wanna make sure that you can't see all of that exposed wire, and the twine will make it blend in a little bit with the rope that we used for everything else. So I just tie that off once I get it covered, use a little hot glue to glue the end down here. And that will be a perfect little cover for that. I'm glad I did that. It's just going to make it look a little bit better. And now it's time to add the bow. This is the ribbon I'm using. It's a wide ribbon. I think it's perfect. It does have like a more faint black stripe on one side, so I'm going to twist it as I go. But I have a tail. I loop 2 loops together, gathering in the middle, twist it, make a loop, twist it. I'm twisting it here where my fingers keep it together in the middle. And I'm doing that to make sure all of my loops have the outside of the fabric on it. And I'm going to do 3 loops on each side of my bow and leaving a second tail on this side. And I'm just using my fingers to keep everything together here in the middle. This is just a really simple way to do a big bow like this. I grab a zip tie to bring it all together, trying to make sure that I have it centered in there so my loops will all be about the same size, and then pull that tight. Now that I have that tight, I can go ahead and dovetail the ends of my tails here on the ribbon. Make sure they're about the same height, and we can puff out this bow since it's wired to make it big and full. And then I'm just going to cut off the excess zip tie there. Super easy. I am not like great at bows, but I think that that will work. And then I thought about adding a little raffia, but then I decided that this mesh ribbon from the Dollar Tree would look really cute. This is the one that's a little bit ivory color. And I'm just going to do the same bow. This one I don't have to twist. And I just do 2 loops on each side, cutting a tail. So I start with a tail, loop it, twice on each side, and then I'm just going to use a zip tie in the middle of this one as well. And it's not wired or anything, but I think that this will provide a great kind of background bow for the more colorful one. It's going to give another texture that can kind of peek out like this. And again, I want it to be strong, so I don't want to just glue this on. I take some more twine, I wrap it around the handle there, and I just tie this off, making sure I leave enough twine on here to be able to tie my next bow on as well. So that looks pretty good. I like that look. Here's the bow that we made with yellow and black bee stripes. And I put that on there, tie that one off as well, right here in the middle. And you can't see the zip ties or anything that we use to make the bow because it's such a big fluffy bow. And just kind of work with it and arrange the bow until you're happy with it. I kind of worked mine a little bit towards the back as well. So it's kind of a side bow, kind of like everything else is on this. And then I want to add some of these yellow flowers from the Dollar Tree. These are daisies. I think that sunflowers would work really cute too. These are bright yellow, and I think they're going to be really pretty. I add the largest one right here in the middle and give them a quick little iron with my heat gun that helps get the wrinkles out and makes the petals lay flat. And then I use the slightly smaller ones on each side. I want to work with an odd number, so I'm going to do 3. So a smaller one here on the left as well. And I do attach those with hot glue. I have enough stuff on there that I can glue it to. And this is what it looks like so far with the bow, the greenery, the flowers. Now it's time to add the bees that we painted. I want one maybe on this side, kind of climbing up the little bee skep. I just add some hot glue to its head and to its tail. And hold that on there, making sure that that stays. You could always use a stronger glue for that, but when I'm gluing onto rope or fabric like that, hot glue seems to work pretty well for items like this. So that it's kind of hard to show you at this point because it's such a big bee skep, but I thought the other bee would look good maybe here on the other side to make it kind of random. And I attached that with hot glue too, kind of coming in from a different direction. And that is the final step in our giant bee skep. I love how this turned out. It is fabulous. Look at this thing. The giant Easter egg was definitely the secret behind this, and make sure that you have all of the same diameter rope for sure to give it that great bee skep look. And this is how mine turned out. I love decorating it with the greenery, the bows, the ribbons and stuff there at the top. Really adds a lot of fun up there. And of course, we can't forget the bees. So cute. If you see those in your toy section, be sure to pick some of those up for some bee crafting. You can kind of see, this is my haul tree, how large this is.